So the story is, I could send Wally back 50 times. Okay? So who's the problem in better communications? Am I the problem? I'm the customer. Or is Wally the problem? So the story is, you have to understand what your customer wants. Right? Now, Wally, you come and see. You sit down. I'm going to be the waiter. You sit down. And I'm going to come and see Wally, right? Hello, ni hao. How can I help you? What would you like, sir? So you tell me you want a glass of water, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I ask him, would you like Perrier or Montclair or just tap water? Do you want ice? Would you like lemon in a champagne glass or a plastic glass or a paper glass? Now I'm assuming the responsibility of asking my customer what he wants. You understand? And that's super important. When in situations where we have customers, because we're ZTE, we look at our customer as a problem, right? We never give him what he wants. He's never happy. He's always complaining. But did you ask him in the first place what he wanted? And if you didn't ask him in the first place, you're the problem. He's not the problem. You understand? You understand the moral of the story? So when you can leave now. Okay. Okay? So the first lesson is, in better communication, is make sure people know what you want. And when you're serving somebody, like a customer, make sure you understand what he wants. And don't blame him when you don't give him what he wanted if you didn't ask him in the first place. Okay? Human nature makes it that it's not my fault. It's his fault. Right? But the truth is, maybe it's both of our fault. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing, how many of you have children? None? 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 No children? No children? Oivek has 1, and Kamel has 2, right? All right. I'm going to teach you something about teaching, and I'm going to give you my personal experience, okay? I once asked my son to pass the broom in the kitchen, right? Has your parents ever asked you to pass the broom in the kitchen? Probably, right? And you ask your children to do stuff for you all the time, right? So I asked my son to pass the broom in the kitchen. And I swear on my father's grave, this is what he did. He went to get the broom out of the broom closet, and he took it, and he started to broom like this. With the handle was this long. You understand the handle? So when you broom, that's the handle, right? The brush is at the bottom. So my son bent over like this and was passing the broom with the handle this far sticking up in the air. Can you imagine that? You see how stupid that looks, right? So as a fool, because I'm a fool, I looked at him and I laughed. And I said, gee whiz, Kevin, you're a genius. I can't believe we're going to write a letter to the company that makes brooms. And we're going to tell them that their broomsticks are 1.8 meters too long. They should cut them. Because you have the right technique for passing the broom. All you need is a broom handle this big, because you're passing the broom this far off the ground. You understand? So I was making fun of my son because he wasn't doing it right. Okay? But the truth is, I was the one that made the mistake. I never showed him how to do it. And if you don't show somebody how to do it, they don't know how to do it. You understand the story? So I actually apologized to my son for making him feel bad, because I made him feel stupid. Like, what are you, an idiot? You can't pass the broom like people pass the broom? He didn't know better. And if you don't know better, you can't say people are doing it wrong. They don't know. So, when I went to university, I didn't go to university to become an engineer. I went to university to become a teacher. And one of the first things I learned about teaching I forgot when it came to my children. And when you're teaching people, there's 3 steps. The first step, show them how to do it. The second step, validate that they've understood. And the third step, correct as required. You understand what that means? And the truth is, your whole life as a student has been based on those 3 steps. When you were in primary school, in middle school, and high school. Your teacher will explain something to you. He'll give you a test or a quiz to validate that you've understood, and then he'll correct if you didn't understand. Correct? You understand? But remember, the same 3 steps when dealing with employees, with customers, with your own children. Because they don't know better. You have to show them, validate that they've understood, and correct as required. Does that make sense to you? Do you understand what I mean? Any questions with regards to that? I'm trying to validate now, if you've understood. Right? So I've explained it, now I'm validating. Do you understand, Peng, what I mean? It's clear what I mean? 3 steps? You're okay? Alright? The third thing I wanted to talk about are tools to being a good project manager. What do you think the tools are you need to be a good project manager? You want to guess one?
Organization.
Okay. Do you need a laptop? Do you need a phone?
Yeah.
Do you need shoes? What do you need? Clothes? What you really need to be a good project manager are 3 tools. The first tool you need are binoculars. Do you know what binoculars are? You put them in your face and you can see far away. Okay? I have them in my bag all the time. The second thing that I have in my bag is a measuring tape. You know a measuring tape? You measure stuff with it, and you measure stuff with it. The third tool I have in my bag is a mirror. The first tool I have, the binoculars, is to see far ahead all the time. Stay focused on where you're going. Don't look at your nose. Don't look right in front of you. So it's all a metaphor, the tools. The second tool is the measuring tape. Why a measuring tape? To measure how people are performing, not to measure the wall. Measure how people are performing, measure how your general contractor is performing, measure how you're performing. And the third tool is the mirror. What's the mirror for? You know what a mirror is? What's a mirror in Chinese? Qing? Jeans?
Mirror.
Okay. Why would I want a mirror? Why would I want a mirror, Peng? What's a mirror for? Looking at yourself?
No.
A mirror? Well,
Yes.
a mirror
Mirror.
usually is for looking at yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? If you forget to look at yourself and measure your own performance, you will fail. All the time. So those are the 3 tools. I was going to say the 3 stools. The same thing. The 3 tools. Setting priorities. When you're doing stuff, you can look this up on the internet. Look up something called Pareto. Has anybody in this classroom heard of Pareto? Do you know who that is, or you have no idea? Look it up on the internet. He's an Italian thinker, okay? And Pareto's theory has to do with 20/80, okay? 20/80 means 20% of your efforts will give you 80% of your results. Okay? Why is that important? Because we're busy people. We get emails and emails and emails and emails and emails. True? every day. So when you get back to your desk and you look on your phone and you have 10 phone messages, 10, or you have 10 emails in your email box, which one do you call first? Can you call 2 people at the same time, Wen? I can't. Can you write 2 emails at exactly the same time? 2 different emails. You can write it to 2 people. But you've got 10 emails, of which one of them you have to choose you're going to answer first, correct? You have no choice. You have 1 brain, 2 hands, 2 eyes, that's it. How are you going to identify which one or 2 are the ones you're going to do? Well, to do that, you can use another theory. And the other theory is taking in your brain, you have stuff that is important, you have stuff that's urgent, you have stuff that's important and urgent, and you have stuff that's non-important and urgent. Lou, if you're looking in your list and you have 10 things to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 things to do, what's the first thing you're going to do? If you analyze everything you have, everything you look at, you analyze it like this square here. If you analyze it and you see that it is not important and not urgent, you throw it in the garbage. Okay? You understand what the garbage is? The garbage can? Get rid of it. Okay? In your mind, if you know that it's urgent and it's important, that's 1. Now it's helping you to figure out what are the 20% of things that you're going to do that are going to give you 80% of your results. Now, the truth is, if you study Pareto and you look at the 20-80, I didn't make this up, by the way. You can look it up on the internet. You have been using Pareto's theory to succeed at your level, and at your level, and at your level, and your level. Every person in this room is smart. Every person has been chosen by ZT to come here for a reason. Not because we're stupid. We're all smart. And we've used this thinking, and we've used Pareto, even if you've never heard about it until this morning. You've done it, for sure. When you were in grade school, and high school, and university, for sure. I'm just exposing it in a different way, because there's no way you succeeded in life if you're not doing this. Impossible. You agree? Right? But it's just sometimes when you're a little confused and you feel overwhelmed, you can stop and analyze it and think about this. And think about this. Okay? Does that help anybody? Did you learn something? Okay? So I come from a city